Gaming is about escaping into another world. You don't control the character, you are the character.
Whether I'm hunting fearsome monsters or growing the best crops, gaming is how I like to relax.
I like gaming because I can go you know?
They help me escape into a world of pure imagination. Video games. What more could you ask for? Endless possibilities.
Woo woo! Yo, what it do, everybody? Welcome back to Off Hunting. It's your boy Jojo.
It's your boy Diggs Gaming.
It's your girl KB.
And we have some tea to spill, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. We've had a interesting turn of events since our last show. Personally, personal life and things for me and KB have been a little too much, but thankfully our boy Diggs Gaming has had it under wraps. Diggs Gaming, tell the people what's been going on in the gaming world.
Well, we've had a few lawsuits going on. First of all, the PlayStation Store has had a class action lawsuit filed against them.
Yes, sir.
Over exclusivity of their games. I'm bringing that up right now. It's kind of crazy because it brings up an interesting topic about it's not just the PlayStation Store, it's Xbox, it's Nintendo, the fact that you can only buy digital games from their store. So if something does happen with this, what'd you say?
Honestly, I feel like it's worse with PlayStation. And I mean, Nintendo really only sells like a majority of the stuff on their store is like throwback and revamps of their like former content, like Mario Bros. Games and stuff like
Pokemon
that.
Red, Pokemon Blue.
It's with them. Do they really have Pokemon Red and Blue on Switch? I never knew that.
I don't know if it's on Switch. I know it's on the 3DS though.
That's
digital
dope.
only.
That's dope. If
I have Red. I bought it. It's like $9.99.
If it's on Switch, that's dumb lit. But with Xbox, like it's more so like. And this is just from what I've like kind of like ran into throughout the stuff. It's just stuff that has backwards compatibility and like more so indie games that are like big, that are like kind of like big head honchos with their Xbox store. I mean, I have my Xbox on right now, and I always go through the store and just see what's on there. But like I the only time I'll ever get a game digitally there would be if they had like some kind of deal with having Game Pass. Like otherwise, I'd be getting a disc copy. With PlayStation, it's a lot more difficult because of them going digital and keeping it digital in their store only versus like platform. Like a good example, and if Paul were here, he would completely like know what I'm talking about. There's a couple him and I are JoJo fans, and there's this one game on the store that's not on Xbox that you can only buy digitally. I can't remember the name of it, so don't quote me on it. But it's not just that. It's like Cyberpunk. They weren't giving out refunds. Like it was literally if you remember Fat Princess, that was only on PlayStation for a digital store.
Wait, I thought it was Xbox that wasn't giving out refunds for that. I thought it was Xbox that was doing that.
PlayStation, if I might be incorrect on that, I honestly haven't done much research, but I do know that the difference between Xbox and PlayStation when it comes to, especially with their like free like subscriber content exclusivity, when you get it on Xbox, you can still play it even if your live expires, and you can still download it. When you cancel your PlayStation Now or your PlayStation Plus, you get locked out of those games completely.
Yeah,
you get completely locked out.
I understand. When like if you buy the game, you don't get locked out of it. Like I downloaded Monster Hunter World. That's my game. I paid full price for it, or I pre-ordered it for full price. But if you get it free with your PlayStation Plus account, that's when you can't play it because you got that game for free. You didn't pay technically.
But like you didn't pay for the game yet, but you paid for like a year's worth or like a month's worth. Being able to play online, so you should still at least get some kind of like reciprocation for that. Like you paid the price. You didn't pay the price for the game, but you paid the price to be able to get these exclusive deals and to be able to play online with your friends.
Right.
Sony having them hostage That's why I don't get on PlayStation anymore. That's why honestly I kind of boycott PlayStation a little bit because of that.
Mhm.
Because it's shady.
Yeah, I understand that 100%. I would understand if they could change it to where like you could play like maybe an hour of those games or like an hour or two of those games, because again, you downloaded them free. Like you're not paying $70 for the disc or $70 to be able to access it whenever.
And it's like for me, like I'm a sports guy. Like when NBA 2K20 was like one of their free games, I was like, yes, finally I don't have to spend that much money on the game. And then I found out I get kicked out because I canceled my subscription. I was like, come on, bro, what are you doing? What? I just want to play my free games, man. Like, come on. Like, you're saving me bucks. I paid for your services and you're going to cancel me out like that because I don't want to stay loyal? This is why the PC... No, it's like, I'm not going to get into the PC.
We're talking about consoles right now. We're talking about consoles.
Especially, like, with consoles, like, I did actually hear about that lawsuit because I follow IGN on Snapchat. I follow IGN. I follow their daily fix, and they actually brought it up because of the digital thing. You know more about it, Diggs Gaming, so you could tell us more about this because of the info that you have at your fingertips. What was it specifically about? Was it about, like, what games really came up with that dispute?
Which one are you talking about?
With the lawsuit against Sony.
I got it up right here, and basically, let me see. Well, it's all about saying that Sony's monopoly allows it to charge super competitive prices for digital PlayStation games. That is literally taken from this article that I'm reading on Game Informer, and that there is up to a 175% increase for downloadable digital games over their physical counterparts. So again, if something does happen with this is a class action lawsuit. So we don't know if anything's going to come out of this, but this could really change the way that digital games are being handled, because a lot of people are starting to go more digital than they are physical. I'm not one of them, but I know a lot of people are.
Yeah.
Like I know the PC especially with the PC Master Race.
Yeah.
Their main platform for buying games is Steam, and I know, like, I thought I heard that there was also like a class action. I might be wrong, but I thought I heard about class action.
That's the next one I was going to talk about. There is a lawsuit going on between Steam and Apple, but this one I was listening.
Apple, I feel like Apple has hotter heat on them though,
huh?
Because I feel like Apple has a lot more heat on them compared to Steam because of like Fortnite gamers.
Yeah, pretty much how this one got started was it was like when you make an in-store purchase on a Steam game from, I think it's like an Apple device or your Apple account, it's Steam that's getting the revenue, not Apple. And that's pretty much what started this whole thing. And then it got to some silliness. I was listening to Wampa Time yesterday. They were talking about this. They can do a much better job explaining this than me. But pretty much this one is just a silly one. I didn't really understand what was going on with this one. But yeah, this one was interesting. And two more things that, not really lawsuits, but one, a trademark dispute was filed. Blizzard filed a trademark dispute over, huh?
I heard about this with Diablo, right?
Yeah, with Diablo, because there's a dog on a new Fox show called Housebroken that has the name Diablo in it, and I think this one is just, wait, what?
Yeah.
What? You own the game, you don't own the name.
The name, yeah.
This one I think is going to get thrown out right away. This one's going to get thrown out right away. And actually, Sony apparently has filed a trademark for Sunset Overdrive, the game.
The game?
Because Insomniac made the game, but it was released for Xbox, not PlayStation. PlayStation fans have never gotten to play Sunset Overdrive. And now, if this is true, that means Sunset Overdrive could finally be coming to PlayStation, since now Insomniac is part of PlayStation Studios. Because remember, Insomniac was a second-party studio, not a first-party. They just worked with PlayStation a lot, and then they worked with Xbox on Sunset Overdrive.
This could also mean a boost for prices for disc copies of Sunset Overdrive, because they make it like an exclusive for PlayStation, which I hope it doesn't. Honestly, because it takes away from all like the fans that actually bought it digitally, and now they can't be able to play it anymore because
don't forget, Insomniac is this one that owns Sunset Overdrive, and now they're exclusive to PlayStation. So they can do whatever. Basically, they can do whatever they want. But speaking of Xbox exclusives, Starfield, the new Bethesda game, has been confirmed. Has been confirmed to be an Xbox exclusive. And I like this for Xbox. I really do. We had no idea what was going on with Starfield because that was announced before the acquisition. And now that we apparently got confirmation on this, this is the big game that Xbox has needed.
What is this game? I haven't heard about it. I haven't heard much about it. I've been out of the news loop.
We don't know anything about it. We haven't even seen. We've only seen a teaser for it, but
is it Star Trek?
I'm not entirely sure. We're not going to know until we get a trailer for it, which is probably going to happen at E3. But this game is really has a lot of hype for it. It's Bethesda's next big IP, and it's going to be an Xbox exclusive. And this is big for Xbox because it gives them another game to compete with Sony and Nintendo. They already have Halo Infinite coming out later this year. And now with Starfield, look out because Xbox is really starting to get somewhere.
I'm really happy you brought up Infinite because we have actually, even though I haven't been following news feeds and everything, I have been on Facebook with the Infinite page, and they have been posting a lot of stuff about confirmations about that game. And I can actually share that real quick. First of all, a big thing for Halo fans, the multiplayer announcer man is reprising his role. He's reprising his role and coming back after absence from Halo 5. So we're going to be getting Killing Spree, Kilimanjaro, Double Kill, Roadkill. We're going to be getting all of that. That's just a mock impression. If I butcher it, Halo fans, I'm sorry. I'm just as excited as you are. We're going to be getting a lot of more weapon customization. We're going to be getting new vehicles. Of course, we already know we're going to be getting new enemies. And, of course, the grapple hook like Attack on Titan. So anyone who mains Pathfinder on Apex, you might want to invest in Halo Infinite. You're going to be in your absolute bag. Not just that, but they're going to be I think they're also going to be using, like, of course we know they're going to be using their new engine. So the graphics are going to be top dog. Despite the lackluster preview that we got during their demo reveal.
Well, that's the reason the game got delayed in the first place, because the demo was not well received by people. But
I'm happy that 343 is actually listening to the fans for once, because
them and Xbox, because Xbox still has a main Microsoft still has a big control over whether this game comes out when it does come out. They still. Exactly. So the fact that both of them are listening to their fans, this is exactly what you want to make sure that this game turns out to be as good as it is. And if it does turn out to be a return to form for Halo, and then Starfield ends up becoming the game that we think it can be,
they got a powerhouse.
Xbox might just take the lead in this console war.
Another thing with Xbox, Dave Bautista, the guy that plays Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, news has come out that the reason that he turned down Fast and Furious, because he was being looked at instead of John Cena to be Dom's brother. He turned it down to pitch a Gears of War live action movie.
I heard about that.
And honestly, how do you guys? Does any I don't know if you guys played any of the original 3, 4, at least the original 3 of the Gears of War games.
No,
but I know personally, I feel like he could do it because he's the closest we could get to a Marcus, especially because he's a skin for Marcus in Gears 5.
I definitely think he could pull that off.
He could easily pull that off. Him or I don't know who would be Dominic, because Dom.
That'd be a tough role for anybody to pull off.
No, but I feel like I know who could do it though. And it's the guy that should have been Lex Luthor. It was God, what was his name? God, I know his name. It will come back to me. But we can talk about something else into it though. I gotta look it up.
Yeah. Also, we got a little confusion from the Toys for Bob studio. They are now helping out with Call of Duty Warzone, and that led to some rumors that a lot of their staff had been laid off, and they're just going to work on Call of Duty, they're not going to work on Crash or Spyro anymore. And then Activision had to release a statement saying that is not true. Nobody was laid off.
Oh, I found him.
What is it?
The guy that should have been Lex Luthor, because I feel like he could have done it better. Billy Zane.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Billy Zane. I could see Billy Zane doing a pretty good Dom.
Yeah. And with Toys for Bob, Activision had to release a statement saying those rumors were not true. But there's still some confusion on what's going to happen now with Crash and Spyro, because now Toys for Bob is working on Call of Duty Warzone. And the fact that Vicarious Visions was absorbed into Blizzard and is working on the Diablo 2 remake, it does leave some questions about what's going on with Crash and Spyro. Now, there's this rumor going on that it's going to be Beanox working on the next Spyro game. But after that, we have no idea what's going on. So this is one to look out for with the next few months if we do get a new Crash or Spyro announcement, seeing who's making the game. And we actually had 4 big games that were released since our last show. New Pokemon Snap, Returnal, Mass Effect, Legendary Edition, and Resident Evil Village. All 4 of them were critical and commercial successes. Let me put it this way. With Returnal, they were the number 3 game on the PlayStation Store for the month of April. They were only released for 1 day in April. 1 day in April, and they were number 3. That should not happen, and yet it did. And New Pokemon Snap sold 3 times as many copies as Returnal right now, and 4 times as many copies as the original.
Oh, wow.
So that was pretty hyped. And Mass Effect Legendary Edition, I am surprised this game turned out to be good. I thought EA was going to screw it up.
My friends,
I'll be honest with you.
Nonstop.
Huh?
My friend, before me and my friend were playing the legendary difficulty of Halo 2's campaign last night, and completely getting obliterated and melted by the Prophet, the second Prophet boss and his swarm of zealots. He was actually playing it, and he's been dying, and he's been so overjoyed about it. As a fan, coming from a fan of Mass Effect, like personally, I never got into it. It just took too much time for me, and I was playing on 360 controls. It was a lot. It was really, but I heard a lot of good feedback about it.
Yeah.
And like, speaking of games that can cause a lot of rage, which is why I've gathered you all here today.
Oh, we know.
Is there
hold on. We still have one more thing we need to talk about before we get into today's topic.
Go on.
All right. So this is the big one for me. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart State of Play. This was big, and some news. This game has now gone gold, and I gotta apologize. I thought that had something to do with sales. It does not. That means that game is ready to be shipped. So this game is ready to be shipped, and it's being released June 11th. I've already pre-ordered a copy.
It's a darn shame that over 75% of gamers can't play it because they don't have a next-gen console.
Yeah, that's the only sad part. The fact is, this is being made specifically for the PlayStation 5, and Insomniac is just taking advantage of it. If you watch the State of Play,
Sony's taking the biggest.
Just amazed by what this is. This is exactly what a next-gen game should be.
No,
we're talking about almost no load times to get into new levels.
Dude,
we're talking about
the expectation to next gen before next gen was even a thing. Everyone wanted virtual reality. We wanted Ready Player One.
Yeah,
let's be completely honest here. Who wouldn't want to play video games in complete VR without the motion sickness? If they can work out the motion sickness, you're in.
Yeah.
Dude, the one game I'm definitely looking forward to seeing on next gen consoles. Of course, I'm deeply ecstatic about seeing Halo Infinite on next gen, but more importantly, the new Battlefield.
Oh,
Battlefield
has been that's going to be, and I think that's going to be shown at E3. So the new Battlefield game is something to get looking forward to at E3.
If they have the same kind of engine, if they play it like Battlefield 4, they're literally going to have a blockbuster game on their hands. Battlefield, and I'm not trying to crap on Battlefield 1, Battlefield 5. They're both great games. They did the best that they could do. with Battlefield's like new engines and everything. But then again, I was playing on a base Xbox One, so don't hate me. But Battlefield 4 was one of the pinnacles of Battlefield games. You had everything was brand spanking new. You could destroy buildings. Like if they get in, everything wasn't in like a post, like in a pre-modern era war. They're going back to the modern era, and they're going to be using actual guns, not just that are current now, but also in development currently, and especially not just that, but comms technology, drones, all of that. Like I've been talking to people that used to serve in the military. They're deeply ecstatic about this game being released, but not just because of that. But the new Call of Duty also might be using a Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer revamp. And if you know anything about Modern Warfare 2 game chats, it's about to get feistier than a cat fight on Cinco de Mayo in Tijuana. It's going to get feisty, boys.
All right, getting back to Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, I am so hyped for this game. We finally got the name of the new playable female Lombax. Her name is Rivet, and people have made connection to Rosie the Riveter. I find that amazing.
Hey.
I like that. I really do. If that's how she got her name, then that was very, very created by Insomniac. And again, with Insomniac, just pushing the console to its absolute limit already.
Not just that, it's also a pun on Ratchet's name too, because they both have to do with mechanical stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool part about Rivet is she has a metal arm, and she uses a hammer as opposed to Ratchet, who uses a wrench.
Okay.
So
I like that.
That's pretty cool. And also,
Insomniac.
Any weapon that Ratchet has, Rivet has. Any weapon that Rivet has, Ratchet has. That is really cool too.
Oh, they do time the time transparency thing where everything carries over to the future and past. They do the synchronization. That's you get what I'm saying. It's cool. The moral of the story, it's rad.
Yeah, and again with the quick level changes, I mean, the load times are like that. That's what we saw. That's what we saw on there, and that's just crazy that we are seeing this. I mean, we were talking about faster load times, but nobody could have expected that. Nobody. It's just crazy to see what Insomniac is doing with this game. And the game looks absolutely gorgeous. The game looks gorgeous. I can't wait for this game to come out. This is exactly what a next-gen game should be, and this has the potential to be one of the best Ratchet and Clank games ever. And that's saying something, because Ratchet and Clank has had some of the best games I have ever played, and I'm just so hyped for this game. And when it does come out, I'm playing it day one. It's just going to be amazing.
Dick Gaming, let me ask you something. Did I ever give my review to the podcast about MLB The Show 21?
No, you never talked about that.
Okay, guys, I'm going to make it brief.
Go for it.
Complete tenant. I give it 10 baseballs in a beer glass shaped like a baseball bat out of 10. This game reset the bar. Diamond Dynasty has never looked more beautiful. Stubs have never been more subs and players for your Diamond Dynasty teams have never been easier to get. Everything is cross comparable with Road to the Show, and it's different this year because you get to be a pitcher and you also get to be a position player, which you would think would be difficult, but it makes you even better and it makes you advance even quicker throughout the ranks. Not even just that, the story mode itself, it's better. You can actually choose if you want to stay a two-way player or if you want to just stick to a position. It's cool. The difficulty, like, I haven't touched a game in about a year, and I was able to get to the hardest difficulty on dynamic. It's a very easy learning curve. You don't have to stick with the new pitching mechanic, which is awesome. You can change the color of your little hit thing to any color you want. You can make it pink. You can make it yellow, gold, periwinkle, whatever. But it's dope. And not to mention the soundtrack is just as good. The opening intro is if there are any hip hop fans out there, Slam by Onyx. And if you played 2K19, you remember this song. But I just like that. And you never know what you're going to expect. Like, I loaded up and I didn't end up saving my status, but there's a point where you get to play with the major leagues for a brief amount of time. And I saw my favorite player on the O's, Trey Mancini, on the Twins, because I got drafted by the Twins. Okay. And I was like, God, I hope this isn't in the near future because it gave me a slight heart attack. But it's like you can pick up some of your favorite players of all time. Like I have one of my favorite third basemen of all time is Brooks Robinson. He played in the O's during the 1960s and maybe early 70s. And I ended up picking up one of his cards. So you can have magical moments happen to you. You can have home run derbies. Achievements and trophies are easy to obtain. You'll still have your rage moments, but you're there for the experience. And my walk-off animation makes me feel like Superman fighting Doomsday. Which also, did we ever talk about the Mortal Kombat movie?
Yeah, we did talk about that.
Did we ever talk about Snyder's Cut?
The what?
The Snyder's Cut of Justice League.
We might have. I don't remember.
Because Justice League news has been released that they have someone from American Horror Stories casted as the Green Lantern for the HBO series. I can't remember the guy's name, but it should be well done. Especially, it all depends who they're gonna go with: Hal Jordan, the original Green Lantern, or a different human Green Lantern. Personally, I'm more of a John Stewart kind of guy. So they're teasing that a little bit in the CW version, but who knows what's going to happen with this HBO series. Personally, I don't know how you guys feel about it. If you have a take on it, please share. But I'm definitely excited to see Green Lantern come back to the big screen.
Not a huge DC fan, bud.
Marvel.
My dad's a big Green Lantern fan, so if he was here, he'd probably have something to say about that.
I just don't like some of the comics because of the fridging. That's just my personal thing. But overall, I'd like Green Lantern as a character. I think he's very underrated.
All right. You ready to get into today's topic?
Let's talk about games that piss us off.
Now, what exactly are we talking about? Are we talking about hard games, or are we talking about games that are just so bad?
A little bit of both, and not like games that are made to piss you off, games that cause you huge amounts of stress and anxiety, and games that literally Dark Souls for real.
Considering I'm playing through that right now,
yeah, and games that literally were created just to make you rage, but for some odd reason make you come back. A game that I could dive like along that category. Let's talk about Fortnite for a brief second before we take an entire hour.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way.
Battle Royale.
That makes a lot of people angry. That really does.
It spawned a lawsuit. Let's just say that.
Wasn't the lawsuit about them putting in computers like AI?
I don't know if that was Fortnite or not. No, I think that was Fortnite.
That was Fortnite.
It was Fortnite, but I also PUBG was the original battle royale for me, and recently there have been videos circulating the interweb about Godzilla literally just walking through the map and decimating everything.
Oh my god!
Like literally, cars are getting flipped by his tail whip.
God, whatever happened to PUBG? Because once Fortnite came out, it basically stole the entire competition. Nobody could compete with it. Whatever happened to it?
Personally, I'm an Apex Legends kind of guy. I just feel like it's more interesting to watch. Not just that, but it's better to play because they just add new stuff. And if we're just talking about Battle Pass games, I mean, Master Chief Collection kind of sets the bar for me because they introduced Raven Team. But Fortnite, they honestly, as much as I hate to play it and despise the microtransactions, I applaud them because of the added customization that they've been adding, and the fact that you can drive cars, you can fly vehicles. They had a virtual concert for Travis Scott. Like they had a lot of cool. They promoted a lot of stuff as much as they've caused a lot of people stress, and they just also added Batman as a skin again.
Yeah, I saw
that.
Like,
any Batman fan, like I remember when they added John Wick as a skin, I picked that up. I was so happy. And totally worth it. I feel bad for him because everyone that had the Master Chief skin all thinks, oh, he's from Fortnite. It's like, no, he's from the better game, Halo.
The better game.
But no, even Halo has done that too. Like Halo 5 has a Warzone mode. I think they have AIs in that too if it doesn't fill up a complete lobby.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how big Fortnite has become.
Fortnite
and how much hate it gets from hardcore gamers, because I know some hardcore gamers that have just
I've only broken one. I've only thrown my controllers at 2 games. One was MLB The Show, in which the case I broke my controller because of it was just me being mad for like missing easy to hit baseballs, and the other was Fortnite because everyone wants to go for the pump action shotguns and like the ones that deal the heavy damage and never when you could kill your own teammates and
Yeah, of course.
But let's be real, Dark Souls tops the icing on the cake.
Yeah,
it's not just Dark Souls, it's just the entire From Software
or any Soulsborne,
games.
like especially when I was in a boss fight. I was in the Gaping Dragon boss fight. You need it to get to progress the game. It's not optional. And it did it stompy stomp. It kind of stomps in like a straight line. I was like, cool, I'll roll out of the way. It clipped me, and not only just clipped me and did like half my health, like gone. It clipped me through the floor.
Oh!
Has anyone seen the meme? Has anyone seen the meme of like one of the dragons from Dark Souls?
And I died.
Take out Joe Biden. Like it's like the meme of Joe Biden falling down the steps, but it's the bridge collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
No,
so that happened.
It happened. I just couldn't help laughing. I couldn't help. It was such a great thing. But like, let's be real. Like after like Dark Souls hasn't had a new game in forever. No. But we can.
I thought they finished with Dark Souls 3.
Yeah,
I thought they were like.
They were done with Dark Souls 3 until we realized that Sekiro was just a samurai version of Dark Souls.
I got a question for you. Okay, Jojo, you played Sekiro?
I played a little bit. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
I want to play.
It's just crazy because I was watching a review of Sekiro from Cat Icarus, and he's talking about how you have to approach it differently than Dark Souls. Mm-hmm. If you go into it like you are in Dark Souls, you're gonna die. No, you're supposed to die in that game, but you're gonna die a lot easier than you should.
From watching gameplay of Dark Souls, Demon Souls, Bloodborne, and Sekiro.
Was it the boss fight with the snaky snake?
No, that's not what I'm getting at. I'd say Dark Souls and Demon Souls, very similar gameplay style. Bloodborne, Sekiro, very similar or more similar gameplay styles.
Yeah, I mean, this is just From Software's way that they make games. They make them very hard, but they also make them very rewarding for mastering their play style.
100%. 100%.
You want to talk about games that stress you out beyond belief? Let's talk about Halo 2 on Legendary.
You're gonna have to handle this one, Jojo. Because I've never played Halo.
Happy to. Let me explain. Last night, me and my friend are literally taking Halo 2 Legendary like a super long, super big horse pill. It's slow, painful, agonizing, but we can't get enough of it. The weapons, there are weapons in Halo that should never melt you the way like a needler or a railgun should melt you. But in Legendary, for some odd reason, everything is turned up to 200% hot. You're cooking in the freaking oven.
Did you expect anything else from a mode called Legendary?
Yeah.
Wait for it, dairy. It's even the boss fight. It took my friend and I 15 to 20 tries. And we were basically at this point praying for a checkpoint so we could have a better spawn so we wouldn't just keep dying. And we're doing all this while I'm suffering through his Walmart internet lag.
Ooh.
Thankfully, we got it done.
I'm sorry. I can't stop.
Thankfully, we got it done.
Yeah, in the end.
Okay.
Through all the torment. And when we were done, he was like, "Hey, you want to play another?" I look at him. I pulled my mic straight to my mouth. I'm like, "I need a break. As much as I love this game, I need a break."
Yeah. That's what those games do to you.
I was punching.
Push you to your absolute limits. It feels good when you finally finish it, but then once you're done, you're like, "Okay, I'm done.
I'm going away. Couches and drinking beers. That's how stressed I was.
I'm gonna go play Animal Crossing now. Goodbye.
Yeah, games like that. Yeah. I mean, it really tests your patience. With
another game that was stressful, had a stressful campaign. Let's talk about World at War, Call of Duty World at War on Veteran. There has never, like, before I played Halo 2 on Veteran, that was the one campaign that would tick me off beyond belief, because you peek your head up one time, you get sniped. Jackal's on Legendary, you're getting sniped. Like, they'll come out of God knows who knows nowhere, pick you off like you're some kind of target 1,000 yards out. Basically, they'll American sniper your ass. But it's great, you love it. But World at War had the hardest campaign of any Call of Duty game. That's my 2 cents on it. But you love to play it, especially when you're in the final rank mission.
I got 2 more franchises that are just very hard to do. Let's talk about Neo and Ninja Gaiden. Those are very hard.
Yes.
I mean, those are just very, very hard. Ninja Gaiden has been tough ever since it came out in the 80s, when it was a 2D side scroller, to when it went to 3D and became just even harder. That's just crazy with Ninja Gaiden.
In a way,
we need another Ninja Gaiden game. We haven't had one in a while.
I love Ninja Gaiden games. They're great. Dead by Daylight could honestly, I'll put Dead by Daylight on this list too. Dead by Daylight's another one. And I say that because there's no real objective. Either you're a killer and you want to clip everybody or mine for blood points, or you're a survivor and you want to go dip potato chip all over the map. It can be stressful because the game mechanics aren't really explained. There's no real tutorial on how to escape a killer on that game. You just kind of do it through experience. You learn as you go, or you YouTube it. But even
it's one of those games.
You got those. You have tunnelers in that game. You do have tunnelers in that game, and you love it. You love playing the game, but you hate it when you get someone that just wants to tunnel and make your life miserable. But I'll even add Kingdom Hearts to this list.
Kingdom Hearts 2 Sephiroth.
Not even for the boss fights. I'll literally, for people that have never played Kingdom Hearts before and then play Kingdom Hearts thinking, oh wait, we can change Keyblades. Literally, my first playthrough of Kingdom Hearts 2, I used the Kingdom Keyblade the entire game.
Seriously, I was always changing.
I made it
every single world, different Keyblade.
No, like I would use the original
a lot too.
I used the original Keyblade, and the farthest I've got using the original Keyblade was towards the end in Hollow Bastion, when you got to fight the guy with the guitar one last time. Yeah, you got to fight Demex one more time.
Water dance.
I got through every single thing with that original Keyblade except for that. And I feel like I leveled up. I might have leveled up more because of it. I'm not sure.
I am still stuck on that gargoyle from Fantasia. Still stuck on that.
Chernobog?
Huh?
Chernobog?
I think.
Chernobog, yeah. Chernobog from Fantasia.
Yeah.
We're talking about Kingdom Hearts 1?
Yeah.
Dude,
I was talking about 2.
Kingdom Hearts, no. Honestly, that boss fight had me kind of on the ropes. It took me a couple tries to get through Chernobog. You think that one's bad, Diggs? Lord, you haven't even gone against Ansem yet. I'm sorry.
Sucked.
And that was honestly that was a slow burn for me. That boss fight alone took me over a dozen tries.
I mean, it's got like 3 phases too.
It's 3 phases. For 2 of the phases. No, for the first phase, I think you do have Donald and Goofy.
There's a checkpoint, and then there's like an invisible wall. Sora goes in.
Yeah.
And then just Sora.
Yeah, no, you have the first fight on the beach at the Destiny Islands, where you had Donald and Goofy, and they could cure you and everything. Then it's a one-on-one versus you and Ansem. So you basically have to use your blocking mechanics and your technique mechanics to your advantage, or just dodge roll the entire time.
Or struggle like I did, because I went up against him like 20 or 30 times and sucked.
That kind of reminds me, KB, of the final boss fight in Final Fantasy 15 a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then you got that last part where he's literally a battleship.
Oh yeah.
And you have to survive and deal damage, but then you also have to fight Heartless, which actually works to your advantage. So you actually get stuff to heal yourself and get your magic back.
Yeah.
But you have to fight to get Donald and Goofy back one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I finally beat that boss, I was on FaceTime with my friend. I was like, dude, I think I'm finally gonna beat this. Like, dude, what? It's like, dude, I actually think I'm gonna beat this. And when I did, I was like, I literally cussed at my TV and screamed at my TV. I was like, yeah, who's winning now? Who's gonna kill me now? I was going ballistic.
You gotta when you do something like that. Let's go back to Neo, because we didn't talk about Neo as much. That was pretty much Neo. Sekiro before Sekiro, Neo was.
I think I still have Neo playable on my Xbox.
I think it's cyberpunky. Well, not cyberpunk, but like more like sci-fi-ish. Like it's robots and stuff, right?
No, I have Neo on my PlayStation. I have a PlayStation 2 copy of Neo. That's what I do. That's what I have.
But yeah, it's just crazy, these hard games that are made to be absolutely hard, and you think that gamers would stay away from them, but yet they just love them.
I mean, I will admit that I did stay away from most games that don't have difficulty sliders, because like I don't like easy games, but I don't like soul-crushingly hard games like Dark Souls. So I usually try and play a game where I can either adjust it through like halfway through and start it on hard, and then if I need to drop it down, or just if I want to just play this through the story without it being, too easy, I'll play it on normal, have fun, and then I'll see, okay, do I want to try it on a harder difficulty this time? Yes. But with Dark Souls, there is no difficulty slider. In Monster Hunter, there is no difficulty slider. You are as good as the game as the game trains you to be.
Mortal Kombat 11 is another one.
Yeah. I didn't think I was gonna like that, but honestly, getting good at those games.
Mortal Kombat, and
it's just that they're so rewarding. Sorry, Jojo. It's just that they're so rewarding when you do get good at those games.
Yes.
That's really the thing. When you are a true gamer, when you can do that, when you can play those games and you can beat them and you can get good at them. That's how you know you're a true gamer. Sorry, Jojo. Go ahead.
Mortal Kombat 11. It takes time and practice. It's like FIFA. It takes time and practice to get good with your favorite teams, your favorite players. But Mortal Kombat 11 especially was difficult because of the final boss. Has everyone here played Mortal Kombat 11 or at least heard of it, or is okay with it? Or has anyone here besides me finished Mortal Kombat 11?
I've never even played a Mortal Kombat game. I'll be honest with you.
Mortal Kombat 11, you go against the Keeper of Time as the final boss, and let me tell you, she's spammy as hell.
It's one of those bosses where they just attack you relentlessly, and you don't have many opportunities to attack them. Is that it?
It's basically, it's one of those boss fights you win out of sheer luck. Literally, my first playthrough. The only other time I've struggled that hard was playing the Dead Space games.
Oh my God! When you say that means that's serious because of how often you talk about Dead Space. So
Dead Space, dude, I will tell you, Dead Space is one of the most fun games you'll ever play, but it's one of the most stressful situations you'll ever be in. Let me explain. So the whole basis is about like an undead thing type alien that possesses corpses, and basically they're trying to curb stomp you into a billion jillion pieces the entirety of the game. You will get jump scared. You will literally get chopped at a non-invisible butcher block. You will run out of ammo faster than you can count and have to rely on fisticuffs. And then there's enemies that will just regenerate their limbs and keep on trying to kill you.
I hate that.
And I actually know people that have literally played these games on hard, not super hard, but hard, with only 3 save points and have beaten the game. My friend who plays Mass Effect Legendary being one of them. And he gets you a foam finger that can just obliterate them back into a million pieces. It's great. It makes this pew, 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 pow, 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 sound. It's awesome. But it's also the strategy that you have to put into moving around. So you'll have not just enemies, but like parts of the map where you have to slow down stuff or you will actually die. So it's just keeping a good catalog of stuff to like med kits, stasis charges for like your kinesis. It's fun at the end of the day. It's stressful, but you don't mind going through it so you can get better at it. That's how I was with Last of Us. You're new to the gaming concept. You got to learn how to craft things. You got to pick up stuff so you can actually do your crafting. But when you get to that end point in the game, you're happy you went through it all. Mm-hmm. Would you do it again? Probably not. It all depends on your dedication. But it's great. It was a great game.
Should we talk about some games that piss us off because they're just completely broken now?
Let's talk about Dead by Daylight. No, I'm kidding.
Let me talk about Spyro Enter the Dragonfly on this one. That game was just so messed up. Like, there's this one attack. It's like a shield. It's like you're pretty much making a shield with your wings, and it's supposed to deflect this opponent's attack back at them, but it's not set up right. It's not straight. So pretty much it's all luck as to if you even hit that opponent, and it's annoying.
That's literally Mortal Kombat, how people will be spamming uppercuts like nonstop. Or Dead by Daylight, when people will literally just use, like, there's this perk for killers on Dead by Daylight called No One Escapes Death, but people in the community refer to it as NOAD. Basically, you down an enemy, you're not escaping. You're a one hit, you're down. And then you have the Moris, which basically allow the killer to full on execute you on the spot. Some will allow you to do it to one, some will let you do it to all four. People that use these, in my opinion, because I don't like them, because it takes the fun out of everything, are scumbags. But I can see where the fun from it comes from, because I've done it on custom games out of sheer unadulterated luck. But things that can also make you mad are Grand Theft Auto online lobbies.
Any online.
Yeah, any online, because
GTA
for a number of reasons. One, the players that are on there. Two, your internet connection. If your internet connection's bad, it's going to be messed up. And three, just all the stuff that's on there.
GTA, I can say, is regardless, like is honestly regarded as one of the most toxic gaming communities of all time. And a lot of it has to do with the Oppressor Mark II flying bike with the missiles. After that, it's sports game lobbies. So you'll have your Madden, your 2K.
Oh, God.
FIFA.
2K, don't even get... I mean, we could go on for hours with sports games lobbies.
2K alone will like tick anybody off, because people literally use the most OP builds and dominate at the park. And when they lose and beat you, you feel bad. I mean, when they just beat you and you know that they just kind of stacked their cards at the table, it's just that you get mad about it.
Yeah. But
that should not be true.
And again, that's with any online type thing. But yeah.
Battlefield mechanics went after you leave Call of Duty. That really ticked me off. But I got good. And
all right. Let me ask you guys something. I talked about the most broken game I played. What was the most broken game that you guys played that was pretty much unplayable?
KB, you go first.
I was about to say, I don't think I've ever played like a truly broken game. Like
I talked about Into the Dragonfly, and it's not necessarily broken. It's just some mechanics on it are pretty broken.
Yeah,
like that shield charge type attack.
Yeah, I can't think of any. Like the only thing I've had are like silly. Like I talked about the Gaping Dragon where I fell immediately, but like I guess in Dark Souls, as well as, the Gaping Dragon glitching through me, I died at least as much in the Ornstein and Smaug boss fight in Anor Londo as much as I died in the rafters trying to get to the boss fight. Just because Dark Souls is not meant to be it's kind of tanky. You're not very precise on your feet. So when you're on these very teeny tiny rafters, and there's 3, what are they called? Painting guardians, which are they throw knives. And they also have these very flowy attacks. So I died at least 20 or 30 times just trying to get across these rafters.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Jojo?
Bad.
Ever played like a really broken game?
I've played so many broken games. It's kind of hard to keep track nowadays. But it comes down to 3 moments for me that really kind of put the icing on the cake. Playing Dead by Daylight, going up against a huntress with her hatchet throws. They just have such a broken hitbox. Not just huntress, but the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Because his chainsaw has a broken hitbox. It's real. You have to like set yourself up to dodge it. Or like the huntress throwing her like hatchets at you. Like they have such a broken hitbox. It's ridiculous. That and how Freddy used to be before he got nerfed, like Freddy Krueger. Like he used to be such a broken killer, but then he got nerfed, so like no one uses him anymore. Thank God. The second was the Kingdom Hearts 1 boss fight against Ansem.
Okay.
It took me so many tries, and it's like at that point, those like I just kind of had to keep going to the Coliseum in Olympus so I could like just boost my guys, level up my guy, and just keep on fighting and hope that I get lucky enough to beat the game. And then honestly, NBA 2K. Just playing in like public lobbies in March and like at the parks or at Pro-Am and just trying to show out, but you can't because everyone's like a 99 overall and like maxed out everything and take you those are like the most stressful games and stuff that I played. And then you have the people on Halo that just abused the Banshee.
Yeah, that's the problem when you're playing against other players. There are some that will just push the rules to their absolute limit.
Yeah. Or
nothing you
game
can do
mechanics just that you don't even think of.
It also just makes it that much more like it just makes the feel good moment that much more of a feel good moment when you finally you get the upper hand. But until then, you're just like coddling like a baby and crying yourself to sleep.
Yeah, I like that. All right. Is that all we have time for today, Jojo?
Just a few quick announcements in the anime community. If anyone here is a JoJo fan, not me, but the Bizarre Adventure.
KB is giving you that stink eye.
This program announcement will not involve the harming of innocent animals, dogs. It's a JoJo joke. I'm sorry. JoJo Bizarre Adventure released recently, and Paul knows about this just like I do. Released that they're going to be animating the Stone Ocean arc of the anime. We might get it this year. We might get it next year. We don't really know the full details, but it's going to be amazing. Though they released, I don't know if we talked about this on the show yet, but they've released the full timeline for the MCU Stage 4.
Nope, we have not.
Big names here. Let me see if I can pull up the list. I know we have a lot of dates.
Yeah, we have a lot of dates. Sam.
Phase 4 time release dates. Yes. Let's take a look, shall we? Black Widow will be coming out this year on the on July 9th. We're going to be having her, Taskmaster, all that sweet jazz coming out this year. We're also going to be having Shang-Chi.
They better do Taskmaster justice. They better.
Dude, it's hard not to do him justice because he's one of the easiest characters to bring to the screen because all he has to do is copy everybody. He has photographic memory, which is a superpower. He's literally that one guy, that one pitcher that learned how to pitch like the freaking greats in the 1970s and 80s. He's a mastermind. And I'm pretty sure that's how that came to inspire his character. Shang-Chi and the 10 Rings will be coming out on September 3rd. Lord knows Marvel has needed a kung fu flick, and it's no better way than to introduce martial arts and more mystic entities than Shang-Chi, because a villain that's been confirmed for this movie will be the actual Mandarin, not the Mandarin from Iron Man 3. The Mandarin
God, that was one of the worst twists I ever saw.
No, but here's the thing. I thought the 10 rings from this movie was going to be in reference to the 10 rings that was mentioned in Iron Man 1. It was subtle, but the terrorist group that kidnapped Tony Stark was actually calling themselves the 10 rings.
Yeah,
and we got that confirmed by the doctor, and I cannot remember his name. And don't flag me for it, Iron Man fans. It's been a while since I've seen the first movie.
Oh, I can't remember either.
Eternals.
Go on.
Eternals comes out November 5th. That's going to have Angelina Jolie, a lot of people from Game of Thrones, a lot of new names to superhero movies, but it's going to be a masterpiece nonetheless. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness will come out next year on March 25th, and there have been rumors that there might be an appearance from Ghost Rider in this flick.
Ooh.
Which would be a perfect opportunity to display Ghost Rider, and there have also been talks of of Sanchez from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. If anyone watches Brooklyn Nine-Nine, there were rumors going originally that Stephanie Beatriz, who plays Detective Rodriguez in that show, or Detective Rosa in that show, excuse that audio, but she was actually rumored to be considered as the header for Ghost Rider.
Mm-hmm.
We're also going to be getting Spider-Man No Way Home on December 17th of this year. So I'm hoping that if they do the multiverse theory, that's going to be awesome. I hope we get a little bit more of J. Jonah Jameson. That would be sick.
Alfred Molina's coming back as Doc Ock in that movie.
Yeah, he is. He's going to be reprising his role as Doc Ock, and we might get
that's just crazy.
I like that they're doing it though. Yeah, because Octavius is actually like an older gentleman, so that we can actually have like a comic accurate Dr. Octavius. I want to see.
Not to mention, in my opinion, Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus was the best Spider-Man put to film. Spider-Man villain put to film.
I 100% agree, because Topher Grace is not a believable Venom, but I also like the guy that played Sandman, because I honestly thought that was believable. They actually gave him a little bit more humanity.
Yeah.
Thor: Love and Thunder comes out May 6th of next year. I can't wait to see Natalie Portman reprise her role as Jane.
I know.
And I can't wait to see more of Valkyrie. Valkyrie is honestly like one of the most I feel like she's underrated as a character in the MCU.
Oh man, I mean,
she's an absolute badass. I love seeing her in films. Black Panther Wakanda Forever will be coming out on July 8th of next year. I don't know how that's going to turn out because of the death of Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace. I'm curious who's going to take the mantle, because we really have two front runners.
I think they're going to have Shuri take over as Black Panther.
Well,
do not quote me on this, but I believe that's what they're going to do.
For Shuri.
Comic accurate, it would be Shuri.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't know truly if Killmonger is truly dead, because
it's a comic book adaptation. Anything goes. Yeah. Anything goes.
Especially because they're going to be introducing the multiverse in Doctor Strange.
Exactly.
So we could be getting another version of Killmonger, because honestly, I don't like that they killed him off. So if they quote unquote killed him off so easily, he could still be alive, because we got to remember Wakanda has advanced medical technology compared to the other countries of the modern world. Not to mention that when you're eating the fruit that gives you the powers of the Black Panther, you're literally fighting death.
Mm-hmm.
You're literally walking in the plains of death and trying to make your way back into the limelight. So there is a possibility that we could still get Killmonger, and also White Ape. Oh, yeah. White Ape could also be like another one, that the guy that plays White Ape that could take the mantle. The Marvels is going to be coming out on November 11th, which honestly I have no clue how that's going to entail. That could be our first look at Kamala Khan. That could be Captain Marvel with Brie Larson reprising her role as Danvers.
Kamala Khan's getting her own series on Disney Plus. I think that's how they're introducing her character.
Okay, I can't wait. I honestly can't wait for that. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania will be coming out on February 17th of 2023.
My favorite hero, Ant-Man. Can't wait for his next movie.
Dude, Paul Rudd does it justice, and I cannot believe how good he is in that.
I can't believe how good he is in that.
And I like that. I want to see more of Banshee, or not Banshee.
Okay.
Ghost. I want to see more of Ghost because I feel like she did get. I feel like she could do a lot of redeeming with this new MCU and how it's going to transpire.
And I wonder if we're going to see more of Lawrence Fishburne.
I would love that, dude. Lawrence Fishburne is an outstanding actor.
Oh,
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be coming out on May 5th of 2023. And to really cap it off, we finally got confirmation that Fantastic Four will be included in Phase 4. We do not have a release date or a official casting list, but Fantastic Four will be coming to the MCU.
If the MCU can pull off the Fantastic Four,
they're gold.
Nobody else has been able to do. Yeah, they're golden.
I can already tell them that they should seriously consider John Krasinski and Emily Blunt as Reed Richards and Susan Storm.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting how they go with this route because we've seen younger versions of the characters, we've seen older versions of the characters. It's gonna be interesting how they do Fantastic Four. But you've had Fox had 2 attempts at it. They didn't get it right. Actually, 3 attempts. They didn't get it right.
Now, here are more stuff that we're also going to get involving the MCU. What If will be coming this summer.
Mm-hmm.
Hawkeye and Miss Marvel will be coming out in 2021. Now, we already know that Haley
Steinfeld.
Yeah, she'll be playing the trainee.
Kate Bishop.
Yeah, she'll be playing Kate Bishop Hawkeye. And being trained by Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye. So I'm excited about that. Kamala Khan will be coming to Miss Marvel. Moon Knight is going to be coming out in 2022 along with She-Hulk and the Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special. I'm extremely excited about that, considering that Kamala Khan as a character herself has such an interesting and unique backstory.
I love Kamala Khan as a character. I really do. I really like her as a character, and I cannot wait to see her in the MCU.
Moon Knight is going to be really interesting because of who they casted.
Who they cast as Mark Spector? Who they cast?
I think they casted the guy that played Finn, not Finn. Who they casted Moon Knight? Hang on, I cannot remember the guy's name. Casting. Who did they cast as Moon Knight? I have a lot of friends that are going to be that are like excited for Moon Knight. As the Moon Knight villain. Hang on. Are they getting hit? So I know just from looking it up, Ethan Hawke is gonna be in it to play the villain. I'm looking up to see who he's playing.
Let me see.
Who's playing Mark Spector? Because they casted Mark Spector already, and I'm trying to remember.
Oscar Isaac.
Yeah, they casted Isaac.
Yep, I like that. That's
a great casting. They did a good casting there.
Yeah,
and I'm honestly excited. But
and we also talked about that What If is coming out. That's going to be really interesting because it's all these what if scenarios, and you gotta love what if scenarios.
Well, Ethan Hawke might be playing Bushman.
Okay,
there's a good chance Ethan Hawke might be playing Bushman from the comics.
Okay,
and She-Hulk, I really hope they get a good casting for She-Hulk because she's a very unique character, and we actually might be able to see more of Mark Ruffalo.
She-Hulk is Bruce Banner's cousin. You got to remember that She-Hulk is Bruce Banner's cousin, so we better get more Mark Ruffalo because
hopefully we see more of Betty Ross. We never got any Betty Ross in the MCU aside from the 2008 film. I want to know what she's up to.
Yeah,
we have, and then there's after the holiday special for Guardians of the Galaxy, we have 4 to be announced projects coming to Disney Plus. One is going to be Secret Invasion. The other is going to be Ironheart. The other will be Armor Wars. So we'll be getting some Don Cheadle action. And then we also have an Untitled Wakanda series that's also going to be coming to Disney Plus. So
Ironheart is going to be interesting. I think they have to get that casting perfect for Riri Williams. They got to get that casting perfect. But yeah, big things coming to the MCU. And is that all we have today, Jojo?
I think that just about wraps it up.
Okay, everybody, like, comment, subscribe, We are on
follow
YouTube.
the podcast
We are on
on
Anchor.
Spotify.
We are on Spotify. We are on Google Podcasts, and we are on a few others that I cannot think of right now.
It's all in the link tree.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be sure to include the link tree in the description as well.
We will not be back next week. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. And we are actually going to have a show in between E3. So we might be doing a special after E3. Jojo and I might be doing a special after E3. And keep an eye out for a special with Jojo, KB, and Sir Meliodas.
Sir Meliodas?
Yeah, we really missed him tonight.
Yeah.
I'm Diggs Gaming.
KB Hunting.
It's your boy Jojo.
We will see you guys next time.